You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Markeia McCarty and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's WWE Main Event After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's WWE Main Event After Show.
Welcome everybody to WWE Main Event. Bing is for doing, and we are doing another after show here. Yes. We are doing a main event after show, which is this week we're gonna call it the Monday Night Raw recap main event show. Because we saw a lot of main event tonight. I'm your host, Tom Connolly, and sitting across from me is Markeia McCarty. How you doing, Markeia?
Hello, everyone.
Yes. And sitting next to her is Scott Narver.
Hello, it is good to be here.
Yes.
Watching Raw 1.5 times for the week.
Nice. Yes. And sitting next to me is Gabrielle Loren. How you doing, Gabby?
What's up, guys?
So, a lot of recaps this week for main event.
Yes.
But we did have matches in between, and we saw some matches from Raw too. So it kind of worked out, you know?
Take that, SmackDown.
Yeah, exactly. Christian. You're probably going to have like 8 matches. We had 3 plus 2 from Raw.
Yeah,
So.
good luck recapping all that for the audience.
But they were coming to us from Columbus, Ohio this week. Good crowd.
Mm-hmm.
For the matches that we had, it was a good crowd. They were into it. The first match of the night is Tons of Funk versus 3MB, a 3-on-2 handicap match, which Markeia said, why would anybody agree to be in the match?
Why would anybody? It's like, we are so awesome. Bring all of your friends.
It kind of, yeah. That's what Tons of Funk is. It was the Funk versus the Rock tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Rock and roll, not D-Rock.
Right. Oh.
They would have lost that too, though.
They definitely would have.
Yeah.
I liked how they opened it up with Tons of Funk and 3MB because they had the Funkadactyls come out, and it's always nice to open up a show with some point of interest there. I think it just makes it a lot more
Point of interest.
Do you mean
pretty girls?
Yeah, dancing
yeah, like
ladies.
pretty girls come out.
And 2
think it's
heavy
good
set
to
guys
open
behind
up.
her.
2 pretty girls and 2 hot guys. Yep.
We don't hear the beat. Mm.
I think the divas should definitely open the show, cheering on their men. Don't you guys agree?
Well, I feel like if they're a package deal like they are, then it's part of the spectacle and it's really fun. I have to say I loved the choreography that Tons of Funk had, where they were passing the vibe.
Awesome.
That is new for them. Most of the time the girls only dance, and they do dance a little, but not choreographed.
They shift their
sync.
upper torso quite a bit and move their hands some.
They do that shovel.
Yeah.
That's what he
And
does. For some
there was
reason.
a pants ripoff. That happened.
Yes. They rip his pants
They're
off
upgrading.
all the time. Once they rip their pants off, fireworks go off.
Yeah.
it's a lot going on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's trouble then.
So I thought this was a overall pretty good match. It showcased 3MB a lot more than I think it did Tons of Funk.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
Being 3-on-2, they obviously had the advantage during the match. It started with, Slater and Brodus. Brodus just basically taking control, slamming him all over the ring.
Yeah, with his dino drops.
Yeah, he didn't have his. That's body slams. Dino drops or body slams by Brodus Clay.
Yeah, specifically done by Brodus Clay.
Yeah.
Yes. Nobody else does that.
And Brodus, when they showed a close-up of him, he looked like he had almost a black eye or something. His eye looked a little messed up, so.
Well, Heath Slater punched him right in there.
That must have been it.
Yeah, you
Started
don't mess with
bruising
that
up
guy.
already?
Yeah.
2 minutes in? Maybe. I don't know.
Honestly, in the beginning of this match, I wasn't impressed when I think Brodus grabbed Slater's hair and started twirling him around. To me, that was such an amateur move. I'm like, the hair grab, come on, get into the real wrestling. But then this match really proved itself, and I think it was my favorite of the night. because there was a lot of athleticism. I loved when he hand-locked Jinder Mahal and flipped him over himself.
Yeah, did the
like
monkey
that
flip.
was really
Yeah,
cool.
monkey-
That was called monkey flip.
Yeah, it's called a monkey
so
flip.
cool. I
That
love
was very cool.
Yeah, which that's for Sweet Tea to do that move. I mean, he's a big guy. Most guys don't his size do not do that move. It's mostly like the smaller guys. So that was impressive. I like that a lot. And he also did this double arm suplex where he lifted him up above.
Yeah, like holding for a butterfly suplex.
Yeah, it's
hooking both arms underneath the other guy and then just holding him. So the guy's it was Jinder Mahal's head is pressed up against his stomach but facing out.
And he held him up there
holding
for at least a good 30, 45 seconds.
Yeah.
And I mean, Jinder's got to be like 250, 260, maybe more than that. I mean, that's impressive weight to just pick up and hold for like 45 seconds.
Yeah, that was very impressive.
Yeah. And then it comes back to basically the numbers game, which, we always see that with the Shield. They worked out this week for 3MB.
They're smart.
They were.
They know what's going on.
They were. Basically,
They got Drew back involved. Like,
Yeah,
I haven't seen
we haven't
Drew
seen him in a
wrestle
while.
in forever.
Mhm. Yeah, Drew McIntyre was the one with the longer hair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The brown hair, not Slater.
Right. Not the redhead. That
Yeah,
was Slater.
that's Slater.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Mhm.
the one that did the taunt and then got tossed out of the ring for doing it.
Yeah.
But Slater was great. He looked to me as if he was on like 20 energy drinks tonight. He was just going crazy in the ring. Like,
Well, he's a rock star, so
yeah, he's
Yeah.
awesome.
maybe he was drinking rock star. I
And
don't
He's
know.
a one-man rock band,
Yeah.
but he'll take the other two guys because he's smart.
I mean, did you guys see when he pretty much like twisted? He like twisted into the ring and pounced on
yeah.
somebody.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
call
That
that
was
one the
awesome.
Virginia Sparkler.
I like that. That was cool.
Yeah.
The Virginia Sparkler.
The Virginia Sparkler.
They don't
I
have
think
a,
he's
a
from
name
West
for it. So.
Yeah. I did I forget if it was Sweet Tea or Funkasaurus. I love these names. I forget which one of them it was, but they went to the corner post, went onto the second rope,
It was
and then
Brodus.
started. Okay, so it's Funkasaurus,
Yeah, yeah,
and then started doing like the
Yeah.
funk to fly.
Yeah, like he was gonna fly. And
Yeah.
He did. He hit the splash,
Yeah.
which I was 400 pounds.
Oh man.
Well,
No,
Ouch.
no, and
Yeah.
thanks.
no, definitely not. But yeah, right after he hit the splash, Sweet Tea came in, threw Drew McIntyre out of the ring. Jinder was able to get the tag, and it ended up Slater kicked Brodus Clay. I was like, kicked.
Yeah, yes.
Getting
I'm
into it
reenacting- I'm
over
reenacting
here.
it now.
Right?
Good thing you didn't bring your dog this week, Gabby.
No, I wouldn't kick
He might have
dogs.
been scared.
No, I'm not like that.
We're just being kicked right there.
But Slater kicked Brodus in the face. Brodus was laid out on the ground. He did it was almost like a spinning.
Twisting senton elbow of doom.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was more of a splash than an elbow.
Did he?
And-
Okay.
Yeah, and he got the win off of it, which I've never seen him do that finisher before.
Yeah.
So I liked it. It was a good finisher.
Yeah, it works.
The
You
Virginia.
gotta win.
Wait, the Virginia
the
Sparkler.
Virginia Sparkler.
Hashtag Virginia Sparkler. There's a lot of hashtags going on tonight too
There
between
were.
Alex Riley and Josh Matthews.
Yeah.
Going back and forth. I don't know what they were just hashtag crazy tonight.
Yeah, I just loved it
Hashtag
when,
Yeah,
revolution.
yeah.
That's another one
Exactly,
he said.
yeah.
Hashtag get involved.
it's like
Let's
the guy
keep going.
Yeah, the guy will get slammed down and he's like about to lose and like hashtag revolution.
Yeah.
Um,
Interesting.
Yeah. So for the first match of the night, what did you guys give it a star rating?
Well, I did a 2.75.
Okay.
I was gonna do a 2.5, but I thought the Virginia Sparkler got me. I was like, it was original. It was well executed, and I felt like for a very, I don't think I like handicap matches. I don't think I do. Or 3 against 2 is too schoolyard for me. But for that kind of match, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the spectacle at the beginning. I thought the wrestling was sound. So yeah, 2.75.
Gotcha. Scott, what do you say?
I give it 7 Slater's gonna slate.
Gotcha. Gabby, what would you say?
I'm going to a 4 because of the athleticism. I loved all the moves they pulled out. We have some new names for them. So I'm a fan of this group. 4.
You're a fan of all of them, or just which group are you a fan of?
Well, Slater's group.
Okay,
yeah,
3MB.
he did. Yeah,
Okay.
3MB.
Gotcha. Yeah, I gave it a 2.5. I originally had it at 2 after the finish, even though I rated it before the finish. Then after I saw the finishing move, I was like, I like his move. I'm glad. I was glad 3MB actually won a match. They haven't won in a while, so it was good. Maybe good momentum for them. Maybe they'll, get another win, and maybe they'll beat Los Matadores on SmackDown or Raw next week.
I have a question for you
not.
guys.
Yes.
We can't explain Los Matadores. It's not possible. This is not. Can't do it.
Maybe there'll be a recap.
Maybe. Being that most of you guys have been in the 2 range, except for your 7 Slaters.
My scale is discernible.
Yeah. I'm just
So
wondering
subjective.
what you guys would have liked to have seen to bring up the score a little more.
I would have liked maybe a little longer of a match, maybe more
Yeah.
out of everyone. It would have been cool to maybe see if the Funkadactyls get involved, try to help them to win, something like that. But
Yeah.
overall, I mean, I thought it was a solid match, but I would have wanted just a little more, maybe just a little longer of a match.
Yeah, longer of a match and a bit more team effort with it. It seemed pretty controlled to me. I mean, it was all well executed, really great wrestling, but it just wasn't very passionate to me. It felt more like, all right, this is what we're doing now. This is good, and it is good. But it's not the same thing as one of the recaps that we saw later on when I was shouting at the screen. I don't want to say which one now, but it's like that's passionate. I like athleticism with passion.
Gotcha.
Then that's where my score goes high.
I have to say, I think I'm rating this based off of just the main event program. I'm not really tying in what I've seen in Battleground or any of the other, or Raw for that matter.
Yeah.
I'm just basing it off of this entire program.
Okay.
Just to put it
That's
out
good.
there, you guys.
Yeah, that is good. I mean, I do base it off of the match, but I also think storyline-wise, at least just because I've watched more.
You guys
I want
are
to see more out of these people.
I mean, amateurs.
Yeah,
but
they're capable of having more fun
well-rounded.
than this, like having a more entertaining match. And
Yeah.
tonight, the whole main event card suffered from just lack of time, which is unfortunate because they clearly wanted to show all these segments to start building up Hell in the Cell, but we're watching that show, and it's a double-edged sword when they show recaps because 2 of us watched Raw, 2 of us didn't. So it was a nice recap to catch up on that, but at the same time, it's like, well, we're being punished because we did watch it. So it serves both ends, but you want to watch more wrestling when you watch whatever particular show you're watching.
Yeah.
Right.
And then they also went into, after that, CM Punk versus Ryback now is announced for the next pay-per-view, Hell in a Cell, a rematch from Battleground. I was about to say Night of Champions, but Battleground. There, as of now, no kind of...
Truly, it did stem from Night of Champions, so
It
you
did,
weren't
yes.
wrong, Tom.
Yeah, it started there, and it still has not been completed yet.
Yeah, these guys aren't getting along.
No, so as of now, there's no kind of stipulation to the match yet.
No ball shots, I think, is one of the
yeah.
is one of the stipulations.
So being that it's Hell in a Cell, is there any correlation between this and MMA fighting?
Well, no. I mean, yeah, the MMA
Because
fight in the
MMA is in a
octagon.
cage
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
right?
Well, this is
Only guys' particular fighting styles. Like, does that affect that? Some guys might adopt an MMA style, but the Hell in the Cell is just a cage, which is to be more devastating, and there is no escape. So guys can't run away, guys can't free themselves, but if they can be thrown into this cage, and the cage can be used as a weapon.
Yeah.
Unlike MMA.
So it's a cage that if this was the ring, it surrounds the ring, and so they can go on the outside of the ring. They can they're in the ring outside, and then
But
it gets
they
locked.
can't get out of the area.
Yeah, they can't get out
Right.
of it. Yeah.
And nobody else can come in, right? Or can people enter?
Even though it's happened both ways, guys have left the cage and
Yeah.
they've gone in, but it's just a bigger scale match where this generally ends feuds.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like the culmination of these guys hate each other so much. They have so much history together that just so nobody interferes and that they just are fighting each other, they're in there together. So, and at the pay-per-view is just named after that match. So not every match is in the cage. It's only the Daniel Bryan Randy Orton match is in there.
Anybody else saying Spider-Man and Bone Crusher in their head right now?
Bonesaw?
That's Bonesaw.
Yes.
Bonesaw's ready.
Oh, I always think of Bonesaw.
So yeah, the main match is the Hell in a Cell match, but it's only one match that's Hell in a Cell.
Mm-hmm.
So
For now.
Yeah, exactly. No, I think it's only gonna be one.
For now.
No.
That's such a
Triple H,
comeback.
we want to see more
I'm gonna see
matches
every
in
match
Hell
in
in a
Hell in a
Cell.
Cell.
I want to see R-Truth and Curtis Axel in a Hell in a Cell.
For now.
So for now, let's get back to main event.
Yeah.
It was the next match, a Divas match, which we haven't seen a Divas match
I
on
loved
main
it.
event.
I loved it.
They haven't been on in a while, like not since I came on here. There hasn't been one, so it was Aksana versus Tamina Snuka. Tamina now AJ's bodyguard. She's AJ's Diesel to AJ being Shawn Michaels.
Mm-hmm.
That was back in the 90s. Diesel was Shawn Michaels' bodyguard.
Okay.
So
2 mullets protecting each other back in the 90s.
yeah. The match started with Aksana, having to be sexy and take off her shirt, and Tamina was having none of it.
Oh.
And it was like, no, I don't care that you're doing that.
She grabbed her real quick.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
And she took her down. And we also found out from the commentators that AJ suffered a concussion on Sunday. So as of now, she's still kind of up in the air about performing. We don't know when she's going to come back. I know they think they have to do probably some more tests on her before she can get back in the ring.
They're just going to call her crazy, which is totally unfair.
It is, but...
And honestly, I'm sorry, but AJ should not have won that match.
You don't think so?
No, and I voted Brie. I thought it was going to side with Brie, but freaking Tamina distracted her with grabbing Nikki, and that's not cool to me.
No.
That was totally ridiculous, and it ruined the match because it would have been in Brie's favor if it wasn't for that, I feel like.
I think she was on her way to winning, but hey.
Yeah, she was on her way to winning.
Nikki was foolish for being out there.
Yeah, she should have stayed in the back. She's hurt, so she shouldn't be out there anyway.
And to play
So-
devil's advocate on it, you always have to keep your eye on the prize, keep your mind in the game.
You do, however, that's blood, and you don't want your sister dead on the outside of the ring. So I agree with you, Markeia, but in another sense, it was completely ridiculous, and I don't know. I think that Brie should challenge AJ again while she has her concussion.
In the hospital?
Whoa.
Are we having a
Yeah.
hardcore
You got
rules
fired
match
up
here?
about
Straight
this.
out of the ICU. I'm just kidding.
Well, we'll see what happens. Maybe on SmackDown or Raw. Maybe she will get her rematch. I mean,
She might.
she does deserve one. So, well, does
Does
she
she?
deserve one?
She lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go to another diva. Maybe Natalya can get a title match. That'd be nice.
That would be nice.
Yeah. But so back to this match. It was basically Tamina just taking control,
Oh, she was focused.
throwing her around the ring.
Oh, yeah.
She just wasn't letting. Aksana got a few moves in here and there, but it was all Tamina all the time.
Including her Catwoman taunt.
Yes. Yeah. Alex Riley was very infatuated by Aksana the whole match, calling her Catwoman. Josh Matthews had no idea what he was talking about, which
Yeah.
I
He was
don't
clearly
understand
hitting on
why.
her through commentary.
Commentary.
Like it was not
Yeah.
not paying attention to the
He's
match.
like, how do you know all these things about the divas?
I hope she watches this later.
A wealth of knowledge.
Catwoman.
I'm surprised he didn't just get up and be like, here's a piece of paper, here's my phone number.
Yeah.
After she lost, but didn't happen. And we found out that Tamina is going to be in the new Hercules movie
Oh, yeah.
with her cousin The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
So that should be interesting. I will be interested to see what kind of role she plays, if she's an actual speaking role or just kind of like a background actress in it. But I mean, either way, if you know The Rock, you're set for life.
Yeah.
Right?
She has that laser vision.
Yeah.
Like when she was looking into the camera, I was like, ooh, this is great. I want to see her on the big screen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she would definitely be good.
And I loved her finishing move, the boot of precision.
Boot of precision.
Yes.
The BOP.
Yes, the BOP.
I like the move she did before she did the boot. It was almost like a back. I'm trying to think. She picked her up. It was like a backdrop on her knee, but she flipped her up. She did it the other way with her stomach,
Oh,
like
yeah.
her chest onto her knee, which is different. Most of the time, you never.
So like a
really
rib
see that.
breaker.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. What'd you think of that, Gabby?
I thought it was awesome.
I thought you were
Anytime
gonna say something. That's fine.
there's really good physicality, I'm about it. So bring it. And I agree with what everyone's saying. Like, this girl has that look,
Oh, yeah.
the focus, and she's really good at the moves that she carries out on her opponent. So I think that she's going to do well. And I also am excited to see her on the big screen. But yeah, I did like that move. It was
Nice.
cool.
Yeah, so she hit Aksana with the big boot. Tamina gets the win. I think her and AJ pairing. I think it's a good pairing for Tamina because it gets exposure for her, and it shows how devastating she can be, and down the road she's gonna want that Divas title from AJ. So that's gonna cause some tension.
Well,
Unless
Oh,
they're
I
good
know,
friends.
right?
Unless they stay good friends, and they
How
don't
many-
let titles come
How
between
many
them.
people
don't
have
know.
AJ stayed good friends with?
You know, they all betrayed her.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
So she
So
should
she's
not
an angel.
have any friends.
She's an angel. She's
It's
a
okay,
sweetheart.
big guy.
No, thank
It's
you.
okay.
I don't want to cry like Big Show. I don't want to cry like Big Show. My favorite moment of this entire match, by the way, I don't know if you guys noticed this, when they did the cutaway to the sponsorship of Arby's and showed the still of Arby's, the sandwich, that big, grotesque-looking sandwich.
Yeah.
That Aksana's sexy music was playing because she was in the ring and they're talking about Arby's and that music is playing was just it was my favorite moment.
Did
Because
it
it's so
Yeah.
obscure.
So you didn't want Arby's though after hearing the music and seeing the picture?
No.
Okay.
What's funny to me is a lot of athletic corporations and companies, they like to do sponsorships and endorsements with fast food restaurants like that.
The most terrible things to eat.
Yeah, and I
Good
have
point.
to. Yeah, it's crazy to me because most of these people are probably not eating that food. I mean, you'd think they'd get more into the health line. But it's funny because I think it was like a year or two ago I had auditioned to be one of the dancers for the NBA teams, and Arby's was one of the sponsors again. I'm just like, what's going on? Why are you promoting this? Like, we're supposed to be fit and in shape.
That's
Weird.
terrible.
Yeah.
AfterBuzz TV brought to you by Wiener Schnitzel.
Yeah, right? Well, it's okay. We can get fat. They can't.
Yeah, they gotta stay in shape.
Exactly.
I just gotta sit at home and watch them, so that's okay.
It's not.
So what would you guys give a star rating for this match?
Oh,
Markeia, you
I
can go
gave it a
first.
solid 3.
3.
I enjoyed it. If the match had been longer, this might have been my proverbial 5.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just there was focus, but there was passion in there too. So and there were Aksana was pretty good with the technical moves. I liked the the choke outs, and I really enjoyed the what's it called the rib cracker,
The rib breaker.
Yeah.
the rib breaker. So yeah, this was a solid 3 for me.
Gotcha.
I
Scott.
gave it 2 Snuka splashes.
Nice. Gabby.
1.9. I
Oh,
disagree
whoa.
with Markeia. I am glad at the length it was, and I don't find it as entertaining as a 3MB match.
Gotcha. I
Yeah.
gave it a 3. I would have liked to seen it was all Tamina, taking control, but I would like to have seen it almost a shorter match because I felt that she would really dominate Aksana anyway. So
Yeah.
I feel like she could have, taken care of her earlier and disposed of her. But I give it a 3. Solid 3. It was good to have a Divas match on main event, which
Yeah, I
hopefully I hope they keep, continue that week after week because it's a good place to showcase them because their matches on Raw are never really that long anyway. So on here they have time.
Mm-hmm.
On a regular main event with not this many recaps, they would have at least a good 5-7 minutes, to really perform and show the audience and show the people at home that these girls can come in and they can compete and they can put on good matches just like the guys do.
Yeah, and they have enough divas to do it, too.
Yeah.
They
not like-
easily could.
Mhm.
They're short or anything, so yeah.
Exactly.
I would like to see more Divas matches for sure.
I think everyone would. I mean, as much as I feel like some people at home, complain that they don't want to see the Divas matches, I do. I think I want to see what they can do. I want to see them progress, and I want to see storylines with them. And hopefully with AJ having the women's title or the Divas Championship, it'll, bring it more forefront on all the programming and on all the shows.
And I mean, some of these girls, the strength that they have is incredible. You'd never even think that someone's capable of doing some of the things they're able to do.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, and when we were watching Battleground this past weekend, when we saw the Divas match, I was just looking in the, that first row to see what people's reactions were, and everyone was so engaged in it and was loving it. I just loved their faces. So you can tell that it's a fan favorite also. So I think it would do really well if they actually included more into programming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully
we want to
they
care.
will.
Give us a reason to care.
Exactly. Exactly.
Mix it up.
So then we go to our first recap of the night. It was a recap of Raw. Basically a Big Show in the ring with Stephanie McMahon. She tells him, you need to get down on your knees and beg for forgiveness from these fans and from everyone else.
Yes, you have no heart, you have no soul.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
She was laying into him,
Yeah.
basically because he ruined the main event at Battleground. Big Show told her, no, I'm not going to beg. Like, he's had enough. He's done being their lackey.
Yeah.
And Stephanie had enough of him too. And, she told him he was fired. Big Show's gone. Sorry, Big Show.
Also
luck in your
slapping
future
him
endeavors.
8 times in the
Yes.
face while
Yes.
doing so.
Yes,
Yeah.
very hardly.
Yes. The slapping and the chest poking.
Yeah, I liked when he was
Oh.
like, when she said, he was like, okay, I'm sorry. She was like, you're not sorry.
Wait, you are sorry.
Yeah.
I'm going to interject here. I think that the Big Show didn't really ruin Battleground. I think what happened was Stephanie didn't know who she wanted to win, Orton or Daniel Bryan. So because they were so indecisive, they threw Big Show in.
Well, I think Stephanie knew exactly who she wanted to win because the Big Show did say that, you know, he knocked out Randy Orton because he wanted to. He knocked out Daniel Bryan because she told him to.
I don't know. That's just a rough match. Those two are both really good. It's a rough match.
But Stephanie did say that the Big Show was he was manipulating what was told to him, and that so maybe
Yeah.
she told him to knock
I
Daniel Bryan
think-
out, but maybe he just did it on his own.
Yeah. Well, I just like Big Show showing some spunk.
Finally.
know?
No more
he's been-
tears.
He's been so beaten down. Oh, he's a big guy with feelings. He has feelings. And he just, he was a junkyard dog that had been kicked one too many times.
He's
He
got a
wasn't the
lawsuit on
junkyard
his
dog.
hand, you guys. He got fired and slapped in the face several times in the
Yeah.
face. He slapped over and
Very
over and then got
true.
fired.
That's true.
Like, come on.
She slapped him before she fired him. So.
Somebody needs to pull Stephanie inside and go, you can't do these things, right? Like, you can't bring a 7-year-old man in the ring and have people beat him up, and then you can't slap an employee on TV and then fire him. This doesn't work
Do the
this
same
way.
rules apply in this situation?
Not
Well,
quite, but
you know.
still, just,
Well,
in the realm
They
of
should bring that into the storyline. That would be awesome.
just everybody sue Stephanie McMahon for what she's done.
man, that'd be
Years.
fun.
And then
years
Big
of-
Show takes her job.
Yeah.
Big Show
Has to wear
is-
that pantsuit,
yeah.
though.
Yeah.
I don't need to see that.
No.
Don't
You
need
just wear a
to,
suit.
but it's part of the lawsuit.
Goodness knows
That's
where
what-
he actually finds clothing.
I guess it's all, handmade by elves.
In between making cookies.
Yeah.
Oh, specifically elves. I love it.
After they're done making toys, they go make Big Show's clothes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe Stephanie, thinks it's best for business that she fired the Big Show. We will see, as we saw a recap later in the show. But something else that's best for business is everybody at home, they need to go to iTunes or YouTube, click like, give us 5-star ratings. You can give our show 5-star ratings, give Raw maybe 5-star ratings. No, give Raw 5-star ratings, SmackDown, and all the other shows here at AfterBuzz. And while you're also at iTunes, you can check out The Adventures of Serial Buddies. It was produced by Markeia McCarty and Kevin Undergaro here at AfterBuzz. Markeia stars in the movie, Christopher Lloyd, Artie Lang, and it's narrated by Henry Winkler, the Fonz. And it's a really funny movie, and everyone out there should, it's on DVD and it's on iTunes, so you have no excuse. You can pick it up wherever you are. And also go to iTunes and give us 5-star ratings. So, back to main event. Our main event of the night. Our pre-main event of the night, I'm going to say.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
main event.
Right.
Yes. The main event of main event.
So strange to say.
It is really weird to say. Was Long Island IZ, your
My boy.
Zack Ryder, taking on Big E Langston, who's
AKA the Beast.
the Beast.
No, that's-
he can't have the Beast.
Oh,
Brock
somebody
Lesnar's
else is
the
the
Beast.
Beast?
Yeah, Brock
Ah.
Lesnar's Beast. Yeah,
Darn.
yeah. Next week you'll get it.
Yeah.
You'll get it. I mean, this match a little shorter than I wanted it to be. I wanted them to get more time on this. But it started with Big E just basically taking Zack Ryder and just throwing him in the corner and basically lifting him up with one arm.
Yeah, like power lifting
Yeah.
him up on the top of the corner
Yeah,
post.
yeah, and I mean, he just started smacking him in the face.
You learned that from Stephanie McMahon.
He did. He watched that recap before.
I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to slap him a lot.
I don't know how fair this match was because Iced Z would just keep kind of jumping over the guy or leaning under him. To me, it seemed like he didn't feel like he could take him in the beginning.
No, he definitely had to wear him down. And I mean, I think Ryder got in a lot of offense in this match. He found ways to, take down Big E.
Yeah.
Which, like the Divas match, I thought this match was going to be Big E just dominating Zack Ryder the whole time. And it wasn't. Zack Ryder, he put up a fight in this match, which is something I like to see out of Zack Ryder. We haven't seen him, be that involved in storylines lately.
He's a great underdog.
He is.
Yeah, actually, there was a certain part in the match where I was like, oh my goodness, maybe he's gonna win.
I really did think he was gonna win this match. I thought he was gonna pull out the upset and beat Big E.
Complimentary to that, Big E Langston did a great job of being destructive and then forgetfully cocky.
Yeah.
Like just getting so arrogant, so sure of himself that it leaves that opening for Zack, and then Zack got to shine and really take it to him.
Yeah.
I think it was unfair though. Like Big E, some of the moves he did were PUSSY. Like for example, the bear hug. I mean, granted, there are people out there that probably like that, but I think that is borderline cheating because it's
Borderline cheating?
It's not wrestling to me. Like I want to see you get in there and like drop kick somebody, like the crazy stuff. To bear hug someone down to the ground to me is just like, okay, come on, that's all you got.
You don't do bear hugs in bar fights?
Yeah.
No, I bear hug people when I love them.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like grappling, though. It's like a grappling move. It helps wear down your opponent, too, because it's difficult for them to breathe. They can't break free. But then that's why Zack started doing where he was elbowing him in the back of the head to, like, get him to let go. So it's like it's totally a power move. But I can see, like, from, spectator standpoint, it's just like, all right, so they're hugging
for like 10 minutes.
They're hugging in the ring.
Well, Zack Ryder has a lot of energy, so he really needs to wear him down with that bear hug.
Yeah, he did have a lot of energy.
You see that hair he has? You have to wear that down. You have to mat it down so he loses all his power.
Well, I guess you need to have different tactics for each match, depending on who your opponent is. So, okay, I will agree with that then. You turned me to the other side.
That was easy.
So after he had him in the bear hug, Zack Ryder was able to fight out. He did some elbows, but Big E, reversed it right back in the belly suplex, taking control of him again. He went for, he ran again, did his, back and forth off the ropes, went for his big splash like that, almost frog splash. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm like, wait, what am I saying? Yeah. But he missed. So Ryder started his comeback.
Oh, it was a strong comeback.
It was. He got the brewski boot. I can't talk now.
He bought him a brewski boat.
Yes, he brought him a brewski boat.
So a lot of beers on that boat.
Brewski boot.
Got him inebriated.
And that made Big E
another tactic to use.
Yeah, take the guy out on
them
the
really
boat
drunk.
ride.
Yeah. Give him a bear hug.
Yeah.
Take him on a boat. Hit him with the boot.
What? I thought we were on a boat together having beers. What's going on?
Whoa.
Why'd you kick me?
Oh no.
But that caused Big E to go to the outside. Ryder went after him. Big E slammed him in the barricade and then just picked him up and tossed him against the ropes.
Oof.
Just throwing him around on the outside of the ring. And then it was a devastating clothesline. It was a hard clothesline he hit him with on the outside of the ring.
There was a lot of power going on behind that, and then Zack was just flat.
Yeah. Well, he did have a little bit of a comeback. Well, he was on the ground outside of the ring. Big E threw him in. He picked him up. It looked like he was going to go almost for the big ending. But Zack Ryder was able to slip down, get a quick roll-up, but it was only for 2.
A good, believable one, too.
Yeah,
Like,
I thought
the
that was where he
crowd
was going to pull it
and
out.
us thought, like, oh, it's over. He got him.
Yep.
He didn't get him.
Like, oh,
Good
all right.
underdog.
Yeah. And then Ryder threw him into the corner. He was getting him with some kind of like almost splashes into the corner. On the third one, Big E grabbed him and did it was almost a version of a rock bottom, kind of just slamming him down to the ground.
He just doesn't go down with him.
Yeah.
So if you imagine a rock bottom and the guy just tosses you like a bag of dirty laundry, like that's it.
Just right under your back. And then Big E did his, I wouldn't even call it a clothesline. It's like a body clothesline or something like that. Like he just runs straight into them with his chest and just, takes them down.
Yeah, it's a full body attack.
Yeah, you're not coming back from that. Big E hits him with the big ending, pins Zack Ryder. Big E the victor of this match.
Yeah, but do you remember how that happened? It looked like Big E kind of fell over Zack Ryder.
Ah.
Did you guys saw that?
Wait, when he hit him with the...
This was right before the ending, wasn't it?
Well, I think that's
He kind of fell over him, and then they flipped each other. And then it came to the big end, and he was able to pin Ryder in the end result.
Yeah, well, I think what you're saying, when he kind of just runs into them instead of, like, hitting him with the clothesline on the arm. he kind of runs.
Maybe I'm thinking about a different
into him.
move. Do you remember when his back was facing Ryder?
Oh, that was the roll up we were
And-
talking about.
oh,
yeah,
okay,
where,
yeah.
where he tried to pin.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he kind of fell almost, right? He
Well,
lost his
I think
balance.
Ryder was able to like wiggle out and like kind of scramble down his body and then grab his legs to pull him over.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Langston's
Lost
going
his
for the
balance.
move,
Yeah.
and then Ryder's taking his own momentum to take him and then try and get his shoulders down for the 3 count. So,
Yeah.
like, taking advantage of that cockiness that he has. Like, I can do whatever I want to, and then taking
Right.
advantage of that moment.
That move looked pretty legit to me.
Yeah.
But I do have to say, I mean, being that Big E won, I feel like I called that in the middle because these refs, and we said it in the screening room, they're kind of like stage managers in the sense that they have earpieces, IFBs that connect to probably the producers and directors of the show. And I noticed at one point when Big E had Ryder on the ground, he almost got him, and the ref went 1, 2, 3, but then was like, no, it's safe, it's good. So they kept fighting. But to me, I was like, ooh, he called it early in a sense. He's going to win. Do you know what I mean? Like, because they're, in a sense, part of the show, too.
So you're saying the ref was paid off.
So I'm saying that the ref knew who was going to win, and I think he
Making
showed the
bets like
early
Pete
signs.
Rose.
I think he showed early signs of who was going to take that match.
He's in on it.
Yeah,
who
like
was
he
that
should have
ref?
held that third, because to me it was like he probably hit it and then someone was like, no, wait. And like he realized, well, I shouldn't have gone that far down on the third one
Would you ever be a ref?
because it was so close. I would love to be a ref. Anything that's going to get me down closer to that ring. Hello. I don't know. Can girls be refs? They don't have any girl refs
There have been girl refs
yeah.
in history, yeah.
in the history of WWE. What happened to them?
They ceased being
They
ref.
went missing.
Jacqueline was a
Yeah.
ref.
Yeah, she was. Yeah. I mean, I think
She reffed the guys, too.
Yeah, but yeah, it was mostly the women would referee the women's matches.
Yeah,
Not really, but she did do
Jacqueline
some of
did.
the-
Like
yeah,
she,
some of the guys'
She
matches.
was like the Sunday Night Heat ref, and
Yeah.
did a bunch of stuff. Like, she's
I
a
would
tough gal.
definitely love to do that. It would be a little scary, I think, at first because you're so close to the action. But I mean, that's the best seat in the house.
That is the best seat.
It
in the
is. Yeah, but you don't get to sit down.
house.
Yeah, true.
You get to
To
lay
throw
down.
yourself on the
Well,
ground.
come on. It could be general admission standing, front section at the concert.
I remember when I watched wrestling as a kid, Undertaker and IRS Bushwhackers, back then. And it seemed like a pretty hazardous job to be a ref. I mean, you could get knocked out of the ring accidentally, and then they wake you up when it's like, hey, this guy's pinned. Come back in here. So you don't see that now, but back then that happened a lot.
Well, we saw on Battleground. I mean, Big Show knocked that referee out when he came down to the ring. You saw it. So, I mean, it's not a real.
He pulled
not a
out one of the
glamorous
He
referees.
pulled out one, but
And then he
the
punched him in
second
the
one,
face.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a
Yeah.
terrible job where you can get knocked out and then someone wakes you up like, hey,
Do
finish
your
your
job.
job.
Do this
All right.
now.
I don't care if they wanted to
at
pull
the
me
moment.
out. I would be all about that because now you're a part of the show for real, for real. So pull me out of the ring or punch me too. I'm good.
Nice.
Careful, you're on a show right now. Who knows what's going to happen?
All right, guys, we're friends, right?
yes. For now.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh. I think I need to switch seats over here.
No, you're okay. So then let's get back to the.
Back to Raw.
Back
Yeah.
to Raw. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
rating.
next main Raw.
Not
recap.
main event, Raw,
No, Yeah,
right?
Raw.
Oh,
yeah.
wait,
Raw
did-
recap on main event.
Did we want to rate that one?
Oh yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Sorry.
Forgot about that.
Yes. What would you give the rating?
Well, I was between a 3.5 and a 3.75 on it.
Gotcha. So
Yeah.
3.62.
I only like going in quarters, so I'll say a 3.75 with
Gotcha.
it. Yeah, it was solid. I was pleasantly surprised halfway through it, where I really thought, Zach's gonna take this. So and then it turned around the other way, but I was like, you know what? I really believed, and it had me believing, so I enjoyed the match even more.
Scott, go ahead.
Yeah, I was happy to see more Zack Ryder finally on main event, so I give it 4 bags of chalk.
Nice. At first, I was like, where's this bag of chalk coming
Bag
from?
of chalk.
Now I know what you're talking about.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
Aside from his loss, I am giving it a 4 because I think Iced Z did better than he did on the last show. So I'm all about the improvement, and I think it was more entertaining. So yeah, 4.
Okay. I gave it a 3.5. I thought it was good action. told a story. I really did think that Ryder was going to win this match. I wasn't expecting Big E to win, especially on a main event. You know, it's not on a Raw or SmackDown, so you know you can have those upset wins, and it's not going to really affect storylines and all that other kind of stuff that's going on. And I think it would have been good for the crowd because, you know, we saw 3MB win, we saw Tamina win, and then we saw Big E win. So all bad guys won tonight. No good guys won.
Oh, it's the year of the heel.
Yeah. I just think it would have been good, good to send people home on a, happy note of, yes, Zack Ryder won.
Well, there's
Yay.
the people at home, but the people there, and the crowd was like, wait, we get to watch SmackDown, right? You're not sending us home,
exactly.
are you?
But I think it would have been a good way to end main event this week. But the ending didn't happen there.
No.
We get to the Raw recap of one of the most shocking announcements I've heard in the last couple months.
And you're engaged.
I know.
More shocking than that?
Well, that happened a while ago.
Wow.
Not in the last couple
get
months.
on it, man. Come on, get married, everyone, will you?
Next year. April 26th, okay?
Oh.
Date's
Everyone's
already
invited.
Yeah.
Whoa.
We'll be
address?
streaming the show live
Yes.
and
Yes,
doing
we
all
will.
that.
Because it happens to fall on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
The real main event.
Exactly. I was like, it needs to be on a Wednesday so I can have it on. No. But so we saw Del Rio in the ring. Vicky Guerrero comes out, says his opponent is Ricardo Rodriguez. Del Rio's like, all right, great. I can definitely beat this guy. This is going to be an easy match. Thank you, Vicky, for giving me an easy match tonight.
Said it with his eyes.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Yes. All of that was with his eyes.
Ricardo gets in the ring, and Vicky says, oh, wait. Del Rio, I forgot to tell you one thing. Your opponent for Hell in a Cell is none other than John Cena.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. Del Rio was
She did
shocked.
that, which was inappropriate. Really.
Yeah.
What was it?
Yeah, Vicky going dun dun dun. It's like, excuse me.
No, she said, excuse me.
Oh,
you.
that's right.
Yeah.
She said everything.
So Del Rio was, shocked. John Cena just had surgery. We were told he was going to be out 4 to 6 months. It's been 2 months, and he's already coming back.
He's a cyborg.
Yeah, he's definitely a robot. Definitely. And as he, Del Rio shocked, Ricardo actually pins him. Rosenau pins him. Del Rio beats him down after the match.
Ooh, big time.
As Ricardo was celebrating on the announce table. I guess he just didn't realize that Del Rio was still at ringside.
Yeah.
He should have just ran to the back when it happened and been like, I'll celebrate in the back this victory, not standing on the announce table where someone could just come up and sweep my legs out from under me.
Oh, man.
And then Del Rio kicked him in the face, put the chair around his arm like he did to Rob Van Dam. And I don't know if he broke his arm or anything, but he definitely did some damage to Ricardo's arm. So,
Alberto's got a bad attitude. I'm going to say it.
Yeah.
I think he has a bad attitude.
He was
a bad apple.
upset.
He
That was
was.
a lot of anger.
If I was told I was going against John Cena, I'd be upset.
You know what, though? I'm all about that. What was he, a former assistant or manager to him?
Yeah, he was his ring announcer.
You know what? Who cares what he is? I think he's not afraid. So that's a great quality in a wrestler.
It is hard to be afraid when you're kicked in the head and then you're on the ground not knowing what's going on.
If he can actually make fun of this guy who he used to work for right near him and not be scared he's going to get the, ish beat out of him, then good for him. I'm all about that underdog because one day he will take him out.
That'd be nice to see.
Yeah.
You know, these
It'd be
former
different.
employees are really getting beaten down, I'm noticing.
I
Big
know.
Show, Ricardo Rodriguez. It's
Dusty?
not a safe work environment.
No.
Never.
That happened last year. That was 2012.
Not where your
Not
boss
this
is
year.
allowed to slap you.
Oh,
Yeah.
repeatedly.
Yeah. So, what do you guys think of John Cena coming back? World Heavyweight Championship match. Oh, here he is.
Oh, he's here?
He's here.
Oh, he's here.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't have another camera? He's right there. He's waving.
It's the hologram.
But if we don't have another... Oh, that's unfortunate. I mean, if you're listening to the podcast, it's fine.
I'm John Cena, and I'm gonna win. That's my John Cena impression.
That was a great impression.
Yeah.
Tom, love that impression.
I should have ran around. But no. What do you guys think of John Cena coming back?
Bring back the jorts.
Yep.
Bring back the jorts. I mean, good for him. The guy loves it clearly so much that he just won't stop and heal and take time off. I don't hate the guy. I am a fan of him, and I hope it's a good opportunity and time for him to come back, because sometimes he just comes back so quick that it doesn't necessarily serve its purpose. unlike guys like Jericho or, the guys that pick those spots of when to
like
come back.
RVD.
Yeah, that they find those moments. Cena's just always there, and he's a workhorse. So, I mean, live it while you can, because clearly injuries can happen at any time.
Yeah.
I am not well versed on John Cena. I mean, I know the name.
For now.
Now. I know the name. I've heard what other people say about him. I've heard about the work ethic thing from other people. So I can really appreciate someone who, gives their all when they're in the ring. But otherwise than that, I guess I just have to see for myself.
Nice.
I'm going to say I'm similar to Markeia. I haven't really seen him in a match yet. However, I've heard his name. I've seen clips. I'm really excited to see him. There's a lot of buzz around his name, so I think he may be, replacing my Long Island IC soon in my life.
What about the Wyatts, though?
Oh, yeah. No one can replace the Wyatts. They're on my good list forever.
Yeah. I think it'll be. I kind of agree with Scott. Is it the right time for him to come back? I was liking seeing all the mid-card guys getting bumped up and showing more of them. Because most of the time when John Cena is on TV, he does dominate a lot of Raw. He's not really on SmackDown that much, but he is, he's the face of the company. As much as they want to try to have Randy Orton wants to be the face.
Right.
John Cena is the face of the company. He does so much charity work, and, his work ethic is amazing.
Kids love him.
Yeah.
I mean, he was the face of the breast cancer Susan G. Coleman thing, right?
Yeah.
When they were showing clips. He was like
guy.
a front and center person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, kids love him. If you're over 16, you hate him.
Yeah. Well, he's not cool anymore.
Yeah.
Anti-establishment.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of John Cena, but I'll be interested to see what happens when he comes back. I want to see what happens with, Daniel Bryan and CM Punk and everyone else.
He's here. Daniel Bryan's here. Do we have that camera working yet? No? Oh, that's so straight. Well, if we had that other camera working, you guys would see him right now. Get on the podcast. This is
There
great.
is some intensity in the room right now.
Yeah, the beard hairs are falling.
Right now.
Jeez. Yes.
Speaking of Daniel Bryan, let's go into our last recap of the night. It was from Raw, the main event, the Rhodes family, Goldust, Cody, and Daniel Bryan taking on the Shield. We saw the very last end of the match. Daniel Bryan had Seth Rollins in the yes lock. Seth Rollins looked like he was going to tap, but Dean Ambrose comes into the ring with a chair, takes out Goldust, starts taking everyone with the chair. As Triple H was sitting ringside because he couldn't trust Brad Maddox anymore, so he had to sit there and make sure what happened was what he wanted to happen for the night. He gets on the mic, says, no, this match isn't over. There's not going to be any more screwy finishes anymore on Raw, pay-per-views, wherever. This is going to continue, so it's a no disqualification match, which no DQ match is anything can happen. They can use weapons. They can't get counted out. Anything can happen, basically.
Yeah. Then in the words of Gabby, then the ish hit the fan.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
It
much
did.
ish.
It did. Daniel Bryan was outside the ring. Randy Orton comes out of nowhere, hits an RKO, throws Daniel Bryan back in the ring, and Seth Rollins picks up the win. Shield, dominant like always. Winning. Hashtag winning.
Yeah.
I'm bringing it back now.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the end of
No,
Raw.
that
was not the end of Raw.
That spectacular event was not the end.
No. Then Shield starts beating up everyone, like they always do.
People in the crowd.
Yeah.
Popcorn vendor.
Ring announcers.
Babies.
Announcers.
Yeah. Just punching babies.
No.
Shield or baby punchers.
And as Triple H is standing outside the ring, whose music hits? That person that was fired 2 hours ago, the Big Show. He comes down to the ring. Shield attacks him.
With a big old smile on his face.
Yeah,
Oh,
he was happy to
looked
be
so
back.
happy.
He wanted his revenge on Triple H, and he wasn't going to leave Raw that night until he got it. He gets in the ring. Shield attacks him. He throws the Shield off of him because he's the giant. He's huge. He's almost 500 pounds, and Triple H looks scared. He's confronting him finally, and Triple H was like, "Oh no, come on, Dean, Seth, get up, attack him, do something."
It's like, I can't really do anything. I can't refire him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like he really wanted to say, "Hey, buddy."
Yeah.
But he didn't get those words out in time.
No, he said,
Because-
"Hey,
The knucklehead knocked out the
Yes.
chaperone.
He
And that
did.
speaks much louder than words.
It does.
It
Yes.
does. And then
And it prevents words.
Yeah,
He
it
was
does.
down.
yeah. And Daniel Bryan gets in the ring, leads the crowd in the yes chant as
Fix Triple H's tie
He does,
as well.
yeah. Well, why not? You know.
Yeah.
I mean, Triple H fixed the Miz's coat a couple weeks ago because after he got knocked out. So.
Considerate.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
And-
such a wonderful taunt.
It is. And that's how we leave Raw, and that's how we left main event. But what did you guys think of that recap of Raw?
It hovered between a 4.75 and a 5 for me.
Nice. Highest rating right there.
I know. On a recap.
It was I mean, it was fun watching it as it happened. It was really exciting, and it was still great to see it again. Like it's solid, and I really like where they're headed because I don't know exactly where they're going to go. I don't know if it's Triple H and Big Show in Hell in a Cell. I don't know if it's Big Show's going to be throwing the title picture. I don't know what's going to happen. So I'm compelled to keep watching.
Nice. Gabby, what do you think?
4.1. Love recaps from Raw, even though we're watching main event, because they're so interesting and engaging. So yeah, it was really good for me. I liked it. I'm always about that recap.
Nice.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it,
No,
I thought it was good. I mean,
Yeah.
it,
I mean, if you've seen it, it
Yeah.
does get repetitive, but I didn't see it, so it worked for me.
yeah. I mean,
Exactly.
but I did see it on Raw, but I enjoyed watching it here. I thought it was a little long. Sometimes they could have taken, they could have edited this down a little more. Even the Stephanie McMahon Big Show one at the beginning.
Yeah.
I didn't really need to see all of that to get the gist of what happened. They could have gave more time to the matches of the night. That was what I was
a fourth
disappointed with.
match.
Exactly. Yeah. Recapping it, just trimming it down more.
Yeah, and that's it for our main event this week. So where can everybody find you? Markeia?
You can find me on Twitter at Markeia McCarty. You can also find me at Doctor Who Live LA.
Scott?
You can find me on Twitter at Curtain Jerks, and you can listen to my comedy wrestling podcast, which features guests, impressions, and all sorts of fun sketches on comedypodcastnetwork.com and on iTunes. Curtain Jerks Podcast.
Gabby, where can they find you?
I am on Twitter, Gabrielle_Loren, and Instagram, GabbyLO87. And tonight, I am hosting the season premiere of MTV's Big Tips Texas.
Nice.
So if you're up
Wow.
right now, stay up and watch the show
Nice. It's coming on tonight.
tonight. So
Right.
after this, I'm going to be watching it, and then we will be hosting live at AfterBuzz.
Nice. And you can find me at Tom the Com on Twitter. And on Tuesday nights, we are doing a Supernatural after show at 10 o'clock. And on Wednesdays before this, at 8 o'clock, is Abby's Ultimate Dance. So that's where you can see me, and you can see the main event crew here every week. See you guys next week.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.